Every day, we use an average of 30 million liters of tap water in Aruba. That's quite a lot. 30 million liters is, well, let's say, almost 14 Olympic swimming pools of 50 by 20 meters and 2 meters deep. We can't really draw water from wells, and we don't have rivers for the production of fresh drinking water. So where do we get all that water from? Exactly, from the ocean. Now, of course, seawater is not suitable for drinking. As a matter of fact, the requirements for quality drinking water are very strict. The World Health Organization and the NSF stipulate rules and regulations, recognized worldwide. We don't allow even a single drop of water to come out of the tap in Aruba if it doesn't meet absolute all the requirements for safe drinking water. How do we do that? In 5 clearly defined steps. 1. Collection. 2. Filtration. 3. Desalination. 4. Remineralization. 5. Conditioning and preparation to transport it through the pipelines. Collection of seawater happens in one of 2 ways. 1. Simply by pumping up the water straight from the ocean and bringing it in. Of course, we thoroughly sift the water to prevent waste such as driftwood, plastic, and other foreign elements from coming in with the water. Once collected, we filter the water once again by running it through a large tank containing a mixture of pebbles. The water passes slowly through the pebbles and small particles are left behind. 2. Collection of seawater through so-called beach wells. This water is already much cleaner because it was already filtered by the abrasive structure of coral sand. We aim to use this method more in the future. The ocean surrounding us provides pure salt water. This water contains 6,000 times more salt than fresh water. We desalinate the water by pushing it through a system of special membranes known as Seawater Reverse Osmosis Desalinator, SWRO. You could compare it to a type of sieve, which takes down the salt level in the water from 55,000 ppm, parts per million, to only 400 ppm. And even then, the water is still too salty. So we repeat the process, this time taking the salinity down to between 8 and 10 ppm. The ppm measurements may be a bit hard to follow, but basically what we have done is to push the water through a very tight sieve, leaving behind most of the salt particles, leaving it pretty much desalinated. To make sure the process was successful, we test the water in the Webb laboratory. Here, we thoroughly check the water once again to make sure the salinity is low enough. Check, check, double check. We now have fresh water, but it still doesn't really taste great. There are still some crucial elements missing that make the water healthy, the minerals. That is why a next phase follows, which is the remineralization. How do we do that? Well, that's easy. We simply let the water run over limestone pebbles, where it absorbs the important minerals it lost during the desalination. This doesn't only ensure the water meets the World Health Organization standards for mineral contents, it also makes the water taste better. Almost done. The water is still not quite ready to be transported to your home through our pipelines. The international organization NSF regulates exactly which phosphates are required and how much of each of them should be added to the water. Before it can be transported through pipelines, if these phosphates would not be added, the inside of the pipelines could slowly deteriorate, releasing iron and copper particles into the water, which would compromise its purity. We don't only add phosphates, we also disinfect the water with ultraviolet UV rays to ensure that even the slightest micro-contamination doesn't stand a chance. So, can we finally open the tap now? Well, not quite. Our national laboratory carefully tests the water one last time. After it passes this final test, we get the green light to distribute the water so you can drink it, take a shower, swim in your pool, wet the plants, wash your car, do the dishes, clean your windows. This is how we bring your clean, healthy, delicious drinking water 24/7, right from the faucet in your house, 30 million liters of water daily, day after day. You can count on it. And that's not all. We greatly value a sustainable way of working, which is why we make sure our processes are as efficient as they can be, in order to cause as little damage as possible to the environment. For today, but first and foremost for our future generations. Aruba is a worldwide leader when it comes to healthy, quality drinking water, and that is definitely something to be proud of. Cheers! If you have any questions, please feel free to post them to Webb's Facebook page. Webb Aruba, always on top of things.